At 85, Edith was a living testament to the power of daily movement. While most people her age struggled with fatigue and discomfort, she seemed to have endless energy. Every morning, like clockwork, she would wake up early, prepare a nutritious breakfast, and then head out for her daily walk. Rain or shine, snow or sun, Edith made it a point to walk at least 10,000 steps a day. Her neighbors, who often watched her pass by with a brisk pace, would stop her in awe, marveling at her vitality. "How do you do it?" they'd ask incredulously. With a smile, Edith would simply say, "It's all about moving." Her commitment to walking every day had become such a central part of her life that it seemed like second nature. But Edith's journey wasn't always this way. Back in her 60s, she was dealing with high blood pressure and arthritis, conditions that were, in the eyes of her doctor, reason enough to slow down. Her doctor recommended rest and limited physical activity, but Edith wasn't willing to accept that as her future. Instead of resigning herself to the typical limitations of aging, she chose to defy them. In the beginning, Edith started small. She didn't immediately jump into a 10,000-step routine. At first, she could barely manage 2,000 steps a day, but that was enough for her. Every step, no matter how small, was a victory. She took her time, walking at her own pace, gradually building stamina. Each day, she increased the number of steps she walked, and before she knew it, she was walking 10,000 steps a day without thinking twice about it. It wasn't just about improving her physical health, it was about something deeper. For Edith, walking became more than just exercise. It became a daily ritual that grounded her, offering a time to clear her mind and connect with herself. As she walked through her neighborhood, she'd often pass familiar faces, offering a smile and a warm hello to those she met along the way. Walking wasn't just a physical activity, it was her time to build connections, to foster a sense of belonging in her community. She found joy in every step, and that sense of connection extended far beyond the physical benefits. Walking wasn't just about staying fit, it was about staying engaged in life. As the years went by, Edith noticed profound changes in her health. Her blood pressure, which had once been a concern, was now in the normal range. Her arthritis, a condition that had caused her pain and stiffness, had improved, and her joints felt more flexible. She no longer felt winded after walking long distances, and the aches that had once slowed her down were gradually becoming a thing of the past. By the time she reached 85, Edith was healthier and more active than many of her younger relatives. Her doctor, who had once advised her to slow down, was now amazed at how well she had maintained her health, crediting her dedication to daily physical activity. Edith's story was proof that consistency, rather than intensity, was the key to longevity. It wasn't about pushing herself to the limit every day. It was about making movement a non-negotiable part of her routine. And it was this consistency that kept her body, mind, and spirit strong. Edith's secret wasn't a magical formula. It was simply a commitment to moving every day, no matter what. As Edith reached her mid-70s, the benefits of her daily walks became even more apparent. It wasn't just about maintaining a healthy body anymore. The act of walking had become a source of mental clarity and emotional well-being. Her morning walks, often taken alone, gave her a chance to reflect on her life, appreciate the beauty of the world around her, and find moments of peace. These walks weren't just physical exercise, they were a form of meditation in motion. Her neighbors, who had always been curious about how she stayed so healthy, began to take notice of her positive attitude and infectious energy. Edith would often stop to chat with them along the way, sharing stories, listening to their concerns, and offering kind words of encouragement. She had become a kind of local legend, an embodiment of how age was no barrier to vitality. Her message was simple: stay active, stay connected, and never give up. She wasn't just inspiring her peers, but also showing the younger generations that aging didn't have to mean slowing down. Despite the aches and pains that naturally come with age, Edith learned to listen to her body. She never pushed herself too hard. If one morning she felt more tired than usual, she would adjust her pace or take a break during her walk. She knew that movement wasn't about perfection. It was about doing something every day that contributed to her long-term health. Her advice to anyone who asked was always the same: start small. Don't try to do everything all at once. Just get moving, even if it's just for 10 minutes a day at first. Edith's walking routine also became a form of social connection. As she passed by familiar faces, she often stopped for a brief conversation or to offer a helping hand to a neighbor in need. The connections she made along her walks were deeply enriching. Edith understood that staying physically active was important, but she also recognized the immense value of staying socially engaged. Whether it was chatting with a neighbor about their garden or helping someone across the street, these small acts of kindness were as much a part of her routine as the walking itself. Her consistency paid off not just in terms of physical health, but also in mental and emotional resilience. Edith had created a life that centered around movement, connection, and purpose. Her daily walks had become a powerful tool for maintaining her independence and sense of agency. She was determined not to let the natural challenges of aging hold her back. Instead, she found strength in moving through life, literally and figuratively. Even as Edith got older, she never stopped setting new goals for herself. When she first started her walking routine, her goal had simply been to maintain a level of activity that would allow her to manage her health. But over time, that goal evolved into something greater. She wanted to continue walking 10,000 steps every day for as long as possible. The thought of one day being unable to walk this distance didn't worry her. Instead, it motivated her to take care of herself so that she could keep walking for as long as her body allowed. Now, at 85, Edith continues to walk her 10,000 steps every day. Her legs may not be as strong as they once were, and her pace might have slowed slightly, but the determination and joy she finds in her daily routine remain unwavering. She walks not out of obligation, but out of love for her body and the world around her. It has become her daily ritual, one that nourishes her body, sharpens her mind, and lifts her spirit. And as she reflects on her long, fulfilling life, Edith is confident that the key to her health and happiness lies in the daily choice to move. It's all about consistency, she often says. Move every day, and you'll be amazed at how much it changes your life. This simple yet powerful advice has become her legacy, a living testament to the transformative power of movement. By the time Edith reached her 80s, she had not only become a beacon of health and vitality, but also a source of inspiration for her family and community. Her daily walks, which started as a way to manage her health, had evolved into much more than just exercise. They had become a ritual that connected her to the world and kept her engaged with life. Edith's family, especially her children and grandchildren, began to notice the impact of her consistency. Her daughter, who once worried about her mother's decision to walk despite her arthritis and high blood pressure, started walking with Edith on weekends. At first, she struggled to keep up, but soon she noticed how much more energy she had throughout the day. Her daughter realized that, despite Edith's age, her commitment to walking every day was what kept her not only physically fit, but also mentally sharp. "Mom, I've learned so much from you," she would say after their walks, smiling at how strong her mother still was. Even Edith's grandchildren, who had grown accustomed to seeing their grandmother as a lively and active role model, began to incorporate walking into their routines. Edith had unknowingly become a teacher to multiple generations, showing them that taking care of your health is something you do every day, not just when you feel sick or tired. They watched how she found joy in the simple act of walking and how it gave her a sense of purpose that no illness or age could diminish. As Edith's walks continued, her doctor, who had once told her to take it easy, marveled at the progress she had made. Her blood pressure, which had been a concern for many years, remained within a healthy range. Her arthritis symptoms were under control, and her mobility was better than ever. The doctor often told Edith that she had defied the odds, something he attributed to her commitment to daily movement. "It's not just about walking, it's about the mindset you've cultivated over the years," he would say. "You've created a lifestyle that's built around health and well-being." For Edith, her walks weren't just about improving her own health. They were a testament to the power of resilience and self-care. She often reflected on the early days when she had first started her walking routine. At that time, the idea of walking 10,000 steps a day seemed daunting. But by breaking it down into small, manageable goals, she had made it a habit, one that had transformed her life. "Start small," she would tell anyone who asked for advice. "You don't have to do it all at once, just keep moving." In the evenings, after her walk, Edith would sit down and relax with a cup of tea. It was during these quiet moments that she would think about her journey, the obstacles she had overcome, and the lessons she had learned along the way. The simple act of walking had helped her build a life that was full of purpose and joy. It wasn't just the physical benefits that kept her walking, it was the emotional and mental clarity it brought her. Each step was a step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. Looking back, Edith is proud of the life she has lived, not because she managed to walk 10,000 steps every day, but because she made the choice to keep moving forward, no matter what. "It's never too late to start," she often says. "If you move, you'll find that life moves with you." At 85, Edith continues to lead an active, fulfilling life, proving that with consistency, dedication, and a little bit of joy, it's possible to live longer, healthier, and happier. Her story is a reminder that the secret to longevity isn't found in grand gestures or drastic changes. It's in the small, consistent steps we take every day. If this video provided you any valuable insight, please like and drop your lovely comments. If you want to hear more such inspiring stories with advices, please subscribe our channel.